what is up, you guys? Some of the partying like every day is your birthday, because we got another one for you guys. Today we got part 2. Make sure to end the recording part 2 of Attack on Titan's incredible announcement. We're not going to have a long intro. If you guys didn't see part 1, go check it out. Make sure you go do that ASAP. And without further ado, we're just gonna hop right into this, man.
And it got you curious and invested to see what was in this mystery box, which in the series,
backing it up a little bit.
The withholding of the information that is far more engaging for the viewer, because we invest ourselves to find out what's in the box. And that's exactly what happened here. It constantly gave you these little tidbits and flashback of conversations that implied that there was something much larger going on in the grand scheme of things, but not giving you enough information for any of it to make sense. And it got you curious and invested to see what was in this mystery box, which in the series was literally what's in the basement. There was real tension in the air because you didn't know what was going on. Who was a Titan? Who was in on it? Who wasn't? What did this flashback mean? Why is there a talking gorilla? There can't be a talking gorilla.
That thing's a gorilla?
And the more you found out, the more questions that were raised. There was a lot more emotions evoked than just shock and awe.
Why is she wearing a shower curtain?
The series could do more than one thing. Also, it gave a good amount of screen time on characters who hardly got any before. So much so that the main trio were barely there in the first half, and one of the most popular characters, Levi, was almost non-existent. Levi, more like Levi, am I right? Season 2 managed to make you invest and care about these characters who you didn't even remember existed in Season 1. Like, I remember back when the first season was in the prime of its hype, I actually got spoiled about the reveal of who the Colossal and Armored Titan was. And my actual response back then was, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I can't believe the internet's done this again! This has ruined the entire fucking..."
Every time, bro, something comes out I want to see, I always either see it ASAP or I'm not going on my phone till I watch it, because I already know it's going to be on the most random ass mofo video. I'm talking the most bizarre video. I'm going to go to the comments and be like, I bet these are going to be funny. It's going to be the top comment of what I don't want to see. It happens every time I want to watch something.
For me. God damn it, I'm so fucking pissed. Wait, who? Berthold, Reiner, Ymir, and Krista all took the spotlight for a good portion of the season, and I ended up really liking all of them, which is incredible because going into this, all I remembered about them was, I'm pretty sure you had 2 lines before. You were a background character, I think. Cheap waifu bait. I don't even think you were in Season 1. It's in taking time to establish these characters and building up the mystery of the world that I felt they were setting up a story with an actual foundation rather than setting up the next big
Oh my god, that blade in the hand, that looks hella
why I preferred the season. It felt less like a string of moments and more like a narrative that followed a set of characters with their own drives and motivations, with moments that organically resulted from it. There were still some great moments, even if they came in a lower quantity. Now, while I can understand that as a standalone season, not everyone will agree that this slow, methodical build-up was more entertaining than the action-packed thrill rides, I don't think anyone can argue about the result that this foundation paved the way for.
Now, though, that season with the Beast Titan, that one was a top-tier Titan season. Now this one went crazy.
Season 2 was where we had some breathing room to really get to know
the characters
more. Season 3 straight up explored aspects of them we'd never seen before by putting them in really interesting scenarios. Because out of nowhere, the series turns into this political thriller where it's all about scheming, conspiracies, vying for power, and more importantly, some good old human-on-human killing action. Gone was the simple premise of the heroic humans versus the monstrous Titans. And while a big reason for the show's popularity and appeal was the fact that this was a conflict so simple anyone could get behind it, it was refreshing to see these characters be put in a morally grey situation. Levi and the whole Hanji squad went from these simple badass characters who were really good at fighting titans to decisive cutthroat soldiers who didn't hesitate to get their hands dirty.
Ain't worried about their guns though either. Them little metal ass guns.
Trainees we grew up with having to make that same difficult decision of joining them in killing fellow humans or dying. And I just enjoyed seeing them be put in moral dilemmas where they're like, what the fuck? Why are we fighting humans? Because humans are trying to kill us now. But where are the Titans? I thought this show was called Attack on Titan. We can call it Attack on Mikasa's sweet ass with sugar on top if it'll get you to shut the fuck up and kill that bloke over there. I'm paraphrasing here. There wasn't any new revolutionary writing technique on display here. All Isayama did was put his characters in interesting scenarios to see how they would react. And it worked. It really added a layer of complexity when the enemy wasn't just some mindless giant zombie, but a human being acting with their own reasons.
Especially a homie too, you know what I'm saying? A homie?
Actions had far more weight weight than it ever used to. Once again, we get a swap on the character getting the majority of the focus, as Levi went from having a minute of screen time to being in every episode. Levi, more like Lehigh. Okay, that's the last time, I swear to God. And this really stands to the strengths showcased last season, that the series really isn't dependent on any one character to carry this show.
Levi was that dude, but that's probably my favorite character.
It doesn't matter if some characters had like 10 minutes of screen time before, the series is able to bring any character to the forefront and make them interesting.
See, that's why I'm saying it keeps you at the edge of your seat, because it does that over and over, and then all of a sudden these main characters be going away, you know what I mean? That's how it kept it on the edge of your seat, because this bit would be the main character, and then boom, man's dead. Oh, this person's the main character now. Oh, boom, 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 man is dead. And it would just keep changing like that. And that's why it was such an interesting show. That's what I really enjoyed about it.
Also, the other thing this allowed the season to do was to have outstanding moments that didn't need to rely on action. In fact, the best scenes purely revolved around character decisions, like the phenomenal scene with Historia, aka the waifu formerly known as Krista. So all the scene basically revolves around is whether she should accept her heritage or reject it. Now, I'm not really an animated guy when watching anime. There could be this really hype scene, and in my head, I'm like, yo, goddamn, this is hype as fuck, look at this shit! But on the outside, I'm like,
nah, I be getting teed up when I watch. I'm like, dude. So
I surprised myself when
when I see people get whooped, doom. I do that exactly.
Waifu formerly known as Krista smacks the vial out of the hand. I visibly leapt out of my seat and shouted, "Yes! You fucking go, girl!" God, I fucking love this moment so much. And what I loved about it was that, like the rest of the season, Isayama presented a difficult character choice, and you genuinely did not know what they would choose, especially because what she chose to do was the harder choice. By doing this, not only does she have to reject her father and a more cushy life, but also her right to attain the power of essentially a Titan god, meaning humanity will now have to go down an unknown but far more challenging path. So it gives it so much more weight when she chooses not only to reject all that, but fucking do it by judo flipping her dick father, breaking his back, smacking Eren in the head and telling him to stop being such a bloody crybaby, landing the killing blow
she got no chill,
have faith in her as a new queen, and then just for good measure, having the balls to punch Levi all in a good day's work. And people say there's a legitimate argument of who is best girl in this show.
You are my queen.
Pure and simple, this is just great writing, and that was the point when I realized
she did punch Levi. I mean, who else is doing that, bro?
This series might actually be something really special. Hopefully you're getting the idea by now that every arc so far has taken what's been previously established.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Nami, I feel like Nami will beat the shit out of Levi, bro. Nami will punch anybody, bro. She don't give a damn.
Built upon that foundation, but that doesn't really happen in the next arc, because it kind of just does everything at once.
Season 3 Part 2? I thought it was all just one.
Remember when Attack on Titan was about Titans?
Big thing.
Remember when it was about humanity taking back the walls? Remember when it was about getting to Eren's basement? Well, here you go. Are you happy now? Are you happy? Are you finally gonna shut the fuck up? Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2, God, that name never rolls off the tongue no matter how many times I say it, is a combination of everything the series has built up. It's the action-packed rollercoaster of the first season with the weight of the second, the emotional complexity
Beast Titan
of the
is
third,
just like a walking-ass artillery.
Is it an amazing sight to behold? You may not like it, but this is what peak Attack on Titan looks like. It's like the series is going through a greatest hits compilation of everything it was able to achieve, where the final product is even better than all the individual elements it added. You've still got the amazingly directed action sequences, the epic reveal of the world and the mystery it's built up, really difficult character decisions, consequence to every action.
That was one of the toughest decisions out of all the anime I've seen, man.
Find in anime. I really hate how cliched the term edge of your seat has become, because this is truly edge of your seat stuff, but I don't feel that term does justice to convey just how well it's built up its characters and stakes, that you go into every episode with a mix of fear, excitement and anticipation, because you genuinely do not know what is going to happen. You watch with bated breath, knowing not everyone is going to make it out of this. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of who.
Yeah, that's when Ryan and Annie and them killed all the homies too in this part,
about
bro.
These characters, and it's not fucking two-line Lenny riding to his death.
Oh, but it's will,
event,
though.
whether that be a small victory in battle or someone's unfortunate demise, has tremendous weight behind it. Side characters no longer feel like side characters. Most of them now you've gotten to know for a decent amount of time with meaningful development, and I'm not talking about something like Arc 1, Eren gets kidnapped. Arc 2, Eren gets kidnapped. Arc 3, Eren gets kidnapped. Arc 4, Eren doesn't get kidnapped. Now that's some premium character development right there. You're invested, you're hopeful, you've gone through this long, arduous journey with them, and seeing everyone playing this giant game of Russian roulette every episode brings the same kind of squeaky bum, gut-wrenching tension as when it's the 90th minute in the World Cup.
Golazo! Golazo!
Your team is one goal away from winning or losing the entire tournament. Except this isn't some live sporting event, it's a pre-made animation. It brings an emotional weight that has never been reached before by the show and is rarely reached by any show. And none of this would have been possible without the way it's constantly evolved and built up upon itself. Essentially, the series itself went on this 26-episode hyperbolic time chamber training arc, put the plot on hold, leveled up every aspect to continue its journey stronger than ever. So now I hope you understand why I've needed to spend 19 minutes of your time going through every season.
I got you, big dog.
All the individual seasons
and us two parts, you know what I'm saying? This is part 2.
Right,
this is part 2.
Would not be possible without the combined.
What the hell kind of food is she holding right there? Looks like some sea slugs.
Now that we're at this point, looking back at season 1, there were a lot of elements I wasn't too fond of back then that now I'm glad they did. I'm glad people can change into Titans. I'm glad they didn't just take the wall back straight away. I'm glad they took the time to introduce a female Titan and this mysterious external entity who wants to destroy humanity. I'm glad it didn't just stay on that simple roller coaster and stick to humans versus mindless Titans, because now the story is far more intricate and diverse than anything I had predicted when I first started watching it.
See, yeah, no, I was so ready, you guys, for what was next for Attack on Titan, and I just wasn't expecting the time change, you know what I mean? I was just waiting to see what they do next with it. I thought it was going to be, I don't know, finding out they have a village of evil Titans, you know, trying to kill everybody. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't the time change. That killed me, the time change. Still, though, like I said, we are catching up on the season 4 part 2. It's putting some pieces together that we were really, really missing in the time change. So we'll have to see what happens when we finish the series.
And the secrets of the world have been unpacked. Once again, the show has evolved into something entirely new. It doesn't even feel like the same show anymore, and I mean that in a good way. It's resulted in a far more interesting world with a richer history than I ever thought it was going to be, while still sticking to the same themes presented in episode 1. And through me realizing this, I've just come to appreciate how rare an enigma this show has become, because it's one that has been fully able to realize its potential till the very end. How many of you have had an anime you like, so you go off to read the source material only to find that the anime barely scratched the surface and the source material reaches heights you can only dream
I don't really
of
do any
seeing
reading
in
at all.
the anime? Well, Attack on Titan is that 1 in a million adaptation. Not just a really good short, hard-hitting series that said its piece and ended, but a full epic that we've gone on this long ride with and has been able to hit its final form with no compromise. In the process of making this video, Season 4 was announced, which is going to be the final season. We are going to see a conclusion to this story, and if word of mouth of every manga reader I've talked to is true, things are going to get even better, which, considering how things have been set up now, I absolutely believe. So here I am now, in 2019, unironically telling you that you should watch Attack on Titan, whether you're a new fan, an old one, or even someone who wasn't too hot.
Have you watched it?
Because when I say I like Attack on Titan,
decision you
a
gotta
lot of
make.
people still associate it with that one-dimensional roller coaster Season 1 was. And it's just so much more than that now. Believe the hype. Believe the anticipation. Forget what I said about the death of classic anime, because when this ends, if by some miracle it is able to continue to get the same amazing treatment this adaptation has received thus far, this could very much be the anime that defines this generation.
What a video from Gaguk, man. He does not speak lies. 1 through 3 seasons was absolutely insane when it comes to Attack on Titan, man. So you do got to give him their props on it. Did a great job keeping you on your seat, giving us some action, giving us a good story, good characters, and just a whole lot of Jimmy Jazz thrown in there, man. So I hope you guys do enjoy Attack on Titan if you have seen it. If you have not, I do recommend watching. It's definitely a good one. Maybe recommend it to your friend, your mama, your brother, maybe even your little doggo. But I'm gonna go get to the other videos. I gotta go to Orlando, man. It's been a long day. We had to edit 15 thumbnails, bro, and like 5 or 6 videos. I woke up at like 7:30, and I did not get done editing until I think it was 3:30. And then I took a little break, and now I'm recording this, and now I'm about to go. I didn't do the stuff I need to do, so I'm gonna go do it.